my equipment right now, but then I'm going to do like a book review. The last book that I did read, so I'm using a Sony ZV-1 camera connected to a MacBook Pro, and I'm using the Blue Yeti microphone for the audio. What I realize is the default MacBook Pro's speaker kind of has echoes. I'm actually in like I'm in an empty room right now, and there is actually like echo reduction that happens if you connect the Bluetooth microphone. Okay, so I'm doing like a small partial book review of this book by Robin Sharma, which is the 5 a.m. Club. All right, elevate your morning, elevate your life. So I kind of tried reading this book. You can see that from the volume, it's not that small, but the tricky part about reading the book is there's a big section of the book that goes into that writing style of that has like, let's say, like if you read The Alchemist, so the writing style of Alchemist is the kind of writing that Robin Sharma did with this one. So it's like a whole fictitious story of people meeting like at a workshop, three characters, that's a billionaire, an entrepreneur, and an artist, and then they meet up with a guy who was holding like literally like a seminar. So the whole storyline just has those four characters, and they drop in pounds of knowledge along the way. And then around almost like in the last quarter of the book, in the last quarter of the book is when they start with the 5 a.m. club principles themselves, which is it's kind of annoying. So it's like I understand where they're coming from because it's part of people picking like learning lessons in their reading is using a story. So you find kind of the stories help you get the information in much more, and it stays longer when it's connected to a story. But then at the end of the book is where they go into the 5 a.m. club, and then a couple of models that you can use with the 5 a.m. club. So that is my take on the book. It's been a long one. I've been listening to it during my drive, so I call it University on Wheels. So I've been listening to the book for I think the last 1 week. I do my traffic time is normally like around 1.5 hours a day. Yeah, so a whole week is a couple of hours. Yeah, yeah. That's it's been a good one. So I'm thinking that for anyone who's really pushing so that they get into this book, they should try. I'm gonna try and see if I can go to the chapter from the table of contents with the book page as well, and then see where a person can actually start the book from. So around page 159 is where like they get into the 5 a.m. club concepts themselves around, and yet the book is like 300. It actually goes until 313. So half the book has this esoteric story lessons, and then the 5 a.m. club concepts come in around halfway the book. So that is my book review for these. Maybe people actually enjoy that writing style, maybe these people don't. It's sometimes you want people to get to the point, but then you can see the logic in having the stories as well. So that is my take on Robin Sharma's book 5M Club. Really good. And then the next part of implementing this is making sure that okay, so if you try to do the literal implementation of the 5 a.m. club, that means waking up at 5 in the morning. They have a couple of gates on how to ace it. Then from the 5 a.m. club, waking up at 5 becomes the first thing. Then what you do in the first hour, which is the 20-20-20 rule. So it's like uh, 20 minutes of body activity movement, 20 minutes of journaling. Yeah, have I gotten that right? I'm already forgetting it. Yeah, but anyway, it's a 2020 rule, so it's has a couple of things where you can actually apply. Then the the next part, I think, to help people implement, there is a 5M club app as well, where you kind of implement the ethos of this book and really live the concept of the 5am club. And there's I think I've seen like a Facebook community as well of people in the 5am clubs sharing their testimonials of the things that have actually changed ever since they decided to take up on the 5am club. Yeah, so that is my take on the book, and I'll see you in the next one when I listen to it. The audiobooks is actually a good trick. You can get in maybe like 10 books in a year depending on how you move, 10 even or even more, but it also gives you a chance to like repeat the books. You can repeat the book because when you're driving it's easy to get sidelined and your mind wanders off, and then some things actually can just evaporate and you didn't listen to them. So the the school on wheels, university on wheels is a good concept, but then sometimes you need like a couple of repetitions for you to get the info in. And another problem is if something is like major with the book read, you kind of can easily highlight. But if you have the book read and then you did the audio, you can come back to the book and actually highlight the major areas. And it makes the book read, if you want to do the physical book read from the audio, much faster because you kind of have an idea what's going on. Yeah, that's my take. I'm rambling away, but that's what it is. Thanks for listening and thanks to Restream. I hope I'll take on the paid version if this works. Adios.